Well, 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 after a brilliant weekend of racing at the Hungaroring, we have reached the conclusion and we are getting ready, all set for the reverse grid race, meaning it is all to play for with a grid that is mixed up. It's going to be exciting, and let's head over to John Jackson and Piers Pryor because they have all of the information before the lights out moment. And first of all, let's go there actually for an interview.
You've been to before that some of the other drivers may not have done?
Yeah, it did a little bit. I was super excited coming back here. You know, it's something completely different to what I'm used to. So, I was looking forward to it. However, the car is quite different and I weren't expecting it to be as different as it was last year. New team as well, so that definitely changed another environment. But yeah, it's been loads of fun.
Yeah, is there much you can carry over in terms of your driving from the last year's car to this year's car at the same circuit?
I think there's obviously the basics, but when you go to a track that you haven't driven that much and you don't really know too well, like Silverstone or something, there are quite a few differences that you're not quite used to. So yeah, I reckon around here it's a lot different, whereas when you go to another track it's a lot more similar, yeah.
Of course, a new car this year, we know that, we've just spoken about it. New team in GB3 to you. You've raced with Elite before in other categories. A lot to get used to and maybe not had the start of the season potentially you would have hoped for, but I think this weekend you've really shown that you've been strong.
Yeah, you know, it's been a really difficult start to the season. Obviously, just after race 2, now going into race 3, and this time last year I was leading the championship, so it's a bit awkward now being P6, but yeah, I think the environments overall and the team mechanics and everything really good, so I'm really enjoying them, and you know, as well this year I'm getting better, whereas last year after halfway through my foot fell off with some issues with the car there was.
Well, okay, let's look at this season going forward. One more race to come this weekend, the reverse grid. We've seen you've done some good moves this weekend already. Can you make up some moves this weekend? And then going ahead to Silverstone and the rest of the season, what are your hopes?
Well, I think just go forwards. I think we're really happy with the P2 in race 1, and it's the best weekend we've had so far this year. So I'm really looking forward to race 3 because it's the fun race. Try and go through the pack, overtake the drivers who I know are slower than me. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. And for the rest of the season, you know, hopefully we go another step better than we have this weekend and try and get the race 1-2 victory because we all really want that here.
Yeah, you've been close so far, but we'll look forward to a strong second half of the year. Will McIntyre, thanks very much, and we'll see you have fun in that final race.
Cheers, thank you.
Will McIntyre, one of our second-year drivers in the GB3 Championship, driving with Elite Motorsport. We're going to hear from his teammate Bianca Bustamante in just a second. But looking at the second row of the grid, we've talked about Flynn Jacks alongside Kai Darianani, second and first on the grid. The second row for me is quite an interesting one. Reza Seaworthen and also Hugo Schwarzer. We know what they can do, and I'm looking at them from the second row of the grid to potentially get a podium. But also the third row of the grid has Abby Pulling in fifth. And I mean, Abby Pulling's not yet got a podium in GB3. We know what she did in F1 Academy last year as the reigning champion. I think this might be Abby Pulling's best chance for a podium so far this season. What do you make of that?
I mean, Abby Pulling has a good chance, but it's not going to be an easy task. Hugo Schwarzer has already won a reverse grid race this year. Kai Darianani on pole position was very fast at Silverstone, although to be fair, so was Abby Pulling. Let's not take anything away from Flynn Jacks either on the second row. No. This would be a great opportunity for him to get a good result after what's been a difficult weekend. We saw him DNF in race 1.
And Patrick Hurtzenroeder sixth as well, just behind Abby Pulling as well, and second in the championship. We know what the Australian can do. Anyway, I mentioned Bianca Bustamante. She has been up to all kinds of stuff since we last saw you. I've seen her in Jakarta, I've seen her in London, I've now seen her in Hungary.
You need to stop following her.
I need to stop following her, yeah. She's already blocked my phone number. Piers caught up with her earlier because I'm not allowed to talk to her.
Bianca, we're here in a very warm Hungary. I know you're used to warmer climes, but you've had some pretty exciting things off the racetrack recently, but to do with racing. We saw you at the F1 premiere. That must have been pretty cool.
Yeah, so when they told me that I'd be watching the F1 premiere, I didn't know it would be alongside Brad Pitt and Lewis Hamilton. But yeah, that was a cool experience. Middle of Leicester Square, there was an F1 car there, got to see the movie. It was very cool, like seeing the new age of motorsport, a new era for the sport that I grew up watching. It's cool, it's interesting. So yeah, that was a cool experience, a bit starstruck, and they were 3 rows behind me, so I was like, make sure I sit up straight.
Well, I think you did a great job there, but also you've been doing obviously racing in GB3, but also got a lot of things behind the scenes with other races. We've been linked with a Formula E team. Tell us all about that.
Yes, so I just signed recently as a Cooper Care development driver in Formula E. you know, I think as a junior driver, it's just another tool in your toolbox, having to learn from different discipline, one that's, you know, very engineering oriented. So you, as a driver, you need to really put your driving mentality on and be smart and proactive and listen to the engineers. You know, you have less freedom, so you got to be disciplined. So it's taught me that, and I think it's translated this weekend, to be honest. I think, you know, obviously it's a tough season, a tough series. It's a big car, lots of aero, technical. I think all of the drivers will resonate with me when I say that. So having to learn and get grips with this car has been really difficult, but I've been, you know, working hard on myself, learning from Formula E and the team alongside Elite Motorsport to really develop my skill and talent, and we closed the gap this race. You know, I think, yeah, it was one of our best races yet.
Amazing. And also, you said you've been learning a lot from the team. Any words of advice from recent race winner in Formula E, Dan Ticktum?
Yeah. I think one of his advice that I would definitely take into account, one of them is you know, is driving, elbows out. I think that's one of the things he told me. The grid won't be kind to you, so you can't be kind to them either. So that's an advice I'll take. And another is obviously to care less. I think it's quite obvious that I, you know, race and live life with my heart on my sleeves. So he told me to, like, yeah, F it, pretty much.
Self-centered, well done. We've still got one more race to come this weekend, the reverse race grid. That's always, yeah, it's a bit wordy. It's always one that throws some drama in. You know, what's your outlook going into the final race here at Hungary?
Yeah, so I finished P13 last race. You know, we were keeping close to the pack in front of us with the midfield. So I think, you know, it's the closest we've ever been all season, really. And that's also with using our old set of tires. So I'll be racing the last race with fresher sets in hopes that we can gain position and go up the ladder. Yeah, it's always an interesting race because obviously you've got, you know, the midfield then leading a race. So you always see some interesting battles, which enhances the crafts of the top drivers and also the midfield. So I think it'll be fun. I'm hoping to gain some experience from that and to finish the race. I think every lap counts in this championship, and you just got to keep working at it. So, and that's all I'll do, I guess.
Consistent finishes are, of course, key to a good season. Bianca, thanks so much for catching up with us, and we'll see you both in the final race this weekend and, of course, for the rest of the season.
Yes, thank you so much. Bye.
Yeah, they're going to shut the gates now. Look.
You're on air, John. He doesn't know yet.
Okay then, well here we go, the cars are now gridding up out there. We've got all the marshals who do a fantastic job, of course. We haven't mentioned the marshals recently, just making sure they're all in the right places over here on the grid. And of course they're in front of the new improvements here at the Hungaroring. We love the new grid, the new start finish straight with the 10,000 seater stadium there. Just hopefully going to get it signed off. We're going to go and try and sit with some of those seats a little bit later, try and sit on that seat for the first time so we can claim to fame something. But of course this is the reverse grid race in the GB3 Championship. It's round 12 here at the Hungaroring. You heard from Bianca Bustamante just now. She starts 13th, but it's Kai Darianani on pole as we go racing for one last time this weekend here in Hungary.
Thank you very much, John Jackson, who, yeah, as you would have seen, wasn't aware that he was on air during that moment, but, well, it's going to be a very interesting race. Great to hear from Bianca Bustamante, of course, along with some other contenders at the same time. But we've got Kai Darianani alongside Flint Jackers. We'll run you through the full grid in a moment as well. But my word, a very interesting race. Looking forward to seeing how it is all going to be playing out then, as they all are going to be rotating and making their way through. Well, welcome to GB3 as we sync up with the world feed at the moment. This is the 12th race of the season in the GB3 Championship in 2025, and it's of course a championship that is partnered with the BRDC. We are on the circuit that opened in 1986, has an average speed of 98.9 miles per hour, and Louis Sharp has the fastest lap around this place. He was our reigning champion of last year, was Louis Sharp as well. So a great drive from him across the season last year, and a great drive from this circuit as well, winning 5th here last year. Did the absolutely extraordinary Louis Sharp as well, which is really, really great to be able to watch and see as they all make their way through. So they'll be heading on to their formation line very shortly, and we'll be getting ready to go racing. Before we do so, let's head over to our commentary team of Lewis McGlade and actually I'll run you to the grid first of all. I thought we were going to skip that, but no, we're going to run you to the grid. Kai Darianani is on pole position. He's alongside Flynn Jacques. Reza Siwerton is alongside Hugo Schwarzer. Then we have Abby Pulling alongside Pat Hoytsenroder, who's in 6th. So a great chance for those two drivers. Will McIntyre's in 7th. Deegan Fairclough is in P8. Let's see what he can do. He was also talking to GB3 just before this race. We couldn't get in time to get his interview, but yeah, looking forward to seeing what he can do. Noah Lyle is in 9th. Then it's Gianmarco Pradell alongside. Keanu Al-Zahiri is in 11th. And then it's Alex Ninovich in 12th. In 13th it's Yuan Poussoy. And in 14th position it's Lucas Flusha. In 15th is Bianca Bustamante, then comes Jack Sheridan. That's your grid. Complete. It's so funny how we get to 16 and then, oh, we're done. Yeah, apologies. I thought as we were already on the formation lap and way into the formation lap, they might just skip it. But no, they have a very good way of times 2 speed, times 3 speed, times 4 speed, whatever in the world they need to make it work. Hello. Welcome along to this screen. We welcome you up to the commentary box in GB3. And we're getting ready to go racing. So it is going to be Kai Darianani next to Flynn Jacques. Who's going to emerge victorious in our reverse grid race? Well, it is time to find out as we put the green flag in the back. The 5 lights will go on screen all at once. They will go out and we will go racing with a perfect start for Kai Darianani, who is going to maintain the lead down towards the first corner. Tucking in the slipstream immediately though. Reza Siwerton pulls to the outside line. He's going to try and make his way through. Down into the first turn we go. You've got Flynn Jacques in 2nd place. Reza Siwerton around the outside of 1 driver. Very nearly 2 drivers to get himself into the lead, but he's off the road. He was off the road earlier on, so surely he'll have to give it back, but he doesn't want to give it up. 3 wide. We promised you action in the reverse grid race. It's delivering, and Kai Darianani doesn't want to give this one up. Siwerton's keeping his foot in. It's side by side, and Reza Siwerton has the lead, but I'm sure there'll be question marks about that one because he went all 4 wheels off the road. Then it is Darianani as we fight our way through. Then it's Flynn Jacques, but Reza Siwerton, what a start from him, turning 3rd on the grid to P1 by the time he gets through. The middle section we've got to spin. We've got to spin. Who went round there? We had someone spinning round. Abby Pulling's lost a couple of positions, but we've got someone who spun, and that is disappointment. I think Will McIntyre is slow, and yeah, he's off. He's off. Will McIntyre has gone off the road, and he's the driver involved. Absolutely unbelievable stuff. Can McIntyre continue? Can he get going? He can. What a good thing that he could get going. Lockups are plenty. Al-Zahiri's in the mix there. Battle for 2nd place. Flynn Jacques around the outside. Is he feeling brave? At a part of the circuit where we usually don't see it. Flynn Jacques has a look, but he gets shown the curb. And moving through is going to be Hugo Schwarzer. So Jacques went brave. Instead he will drop down a position. That was wild stuff as they made their way through. Absolutely incredible. Let's take a look at, these are live pictures into turn 1. Battle for 2nd place is on between Darianani and Hugo Schwarzer. Into the braking zone. Around the outside, thinks about it is Hugo Schwarzer. Darianani has that 2nd place for the moment though. All is okay for him. We make our way through into turn 4 as they fight their way by. It is Siwerton, then it is Kai Darianani, and then we've got Hugo Schwarzer in P3, Flynn Jacques is in 4th, and Deegan Fairclough is in 5th position. Wow, what a dramatic What a dramatic contest is turning out to be. DRS is enabled to aid the drivers with their overtaking as well. And they absolutely will want to go for some of those overtakes as they fight their way by. That's lid on the brakes from Alex Ninovic. He's up against Pradell. That's the teammates wheel to wheel. And that's the teammates nearly making contact as Pradell stays ahead. Second downwards. They're all in a train basically. Sirotan's up the road. And then you get a train from 2nd to 15th. Everyone's inside 5/10 of each other. Last time it was recorded. Now it's 8/10 between 2nd and 3rd. But wow. What a race. Surely someone's close enough for a move. Pradell defends again. Ninovic sends it around the outside. Through the corner. Great chance for Ninovic now to try and make a move. He can't do it for the moment. A fascinating start to the contest there. As we get down to turn 4. A great battle going on for 2nd position. This is turning out to be quite dramatic, isn't it? Quite the dramatic race. As they race their way by. And Hugo Schwarzer. Great to see him in contention. But they were discussing in the pre-show of who could be ones to watch. Who could be the talents that emerge and fight and are in contention. I think it's fair to say we're definitely getting our answer. So many of these drivers in this fight for 2nd place. It's going to be a special one as well. As we make our way down towards the first corner. Abby pulling defending. The Rodins are all together, aren't they? Pulling defends. Up against Ninovic. Ninovic will try get by in the background. Places the car on the outside into turn 2. Pulling. Will just park it on the apex. Ninovic tries to get the cutback side by side. Pulling hangs on to it. Does Ninovic get a chance towards turn 4? Wait for them to arrive through your picture. If you are synced up with us. Pulling stays ahead. Ninovic was never going to get by there. Please can we turn our focus, TV directors, to the incredible fight between those two drivers. That's where it looks like it could change. But we're just looking at this overall battle for 2nd. We can't see Reza Sirotin because he's pulled up further up the road. But I wonder whether there will be any steward decisions. McIntyre's under investigation, I can tell you that. But I don't know, I thought there would be some form of investigation. Thought there would be. Thought there would be something at least. As they make their way through. Sirotin across the line. As he leads us down towards turn 1. After all of the action today, my voice is starting to go, and I still got IndyCar to go. Gonna be fun. My voice isn't starting to go, it's starting to hurt, so I'll have ice cream. Rather. I've still got the voice to reach the high peaks. Do not worry, everybody. It's GB3. You'd be stupid if you head into a GB3 race. Or any support or feeder series race. Or on the evidence of today's F1, even an F1 race. You'd be quite stupid if you just went into it knowing your voice hurts. Knowing you're going to have a tricky time. I muted my mic. You guys didn't hear that. Perfect stuff. They raced their way by. Oh, it's getting super tight. It's getting super close. Down towards Cops Corner we go. Not Cops Corner. That's at Silverstone. I'm watching at Silverstone right now. Oh god. Didn't think it was going to be so hard to just keep your focus here. But no, the British Grand Prix conclusion, you always have to be part of it. For as long as possible, until of course this becomes your full-time job. But, well, in GB3, don't worry, we're not concluding the race yet, we have time to go. I'd be concerned if we managed to teleport to Cops Corner already. Right! Let's look for the battling. Abby Pulling defending. Alex Ninovich sends it to the outside line. They've both got DRS. Ninovich is later on the brakes. Alex Ninovich goes the long way round. And Alex Ninovich is going to get past Abby Pulling. Can Pulling do anything to fight back? Wait for it. No. Pulling cannot fight back in the background there. What an absolutely interesting race. Intriguing race, I think it is fair to say as well. So far. It's had all the recipes. It has definitely had all the recipes. For a classic. Discord momentarily came up for me. And I'm like, what in the world happened? They're racing their way by. Wonder what we're going to get in this one. Are we going to get anything special? Anything still yet to give? This does not feel like a GB3 reverse grid race. From the evidence of so far, I think it is fair to say. But that is fine. That is absolutely fine. Because, well, we've had some great racing so far. I think we need to cool down after a great day at Silverstone. But I've got IndyCar for that anyway. Phenomenal. What a... Oh, off the road in the background goes Pradell. Pradell goes off. It's turning out to be quite the dramatic day, isn't it? To be fair, Budapest has not delivered to match expectation, if I'm honest. It's been good. It's not been the usual GB3 action or the Frecker action. Hopefully that's not the case when Formula 1, 2, 3, Super Cup header. What a fabulous bit of a start, I think it's fair to say. If we actually talk about what we're supposed to hear, what a fabulous start it was by Seawortham. an immensely good start by Seaworthen. And what was he able to do with it, you may ask? Take P1. Now, I don't know whether that will count. That's one thing. So, I don't know whether that will count 100%. As I mentioned, I kind of described it. There'll be a question mark over it. So, I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I personally don't know, like, what I think. Is going to happen. Out of the final corner we go. Down towards turn 1. Surely Ninovic has to go for it. I feel like these drivers are driving like they've got these to protect these cars. It's the final race of the weekend. I mean, yeah, you do have to protect the cars, but it's more like, I mean, you need to use it like in about an hour's time for your drive back to their home. That's the caution they're using. Some of them. I thought Ninovic would send it. Is he gonna go for it into turn 4? Am I gonna eat my words because is he about to make the bravest move of the lot? Ninovic! No, he backs out of it. Honestly, but that's the bravest. That's the first driver I've actually seen properly try and make a move like this year at Budapest Time 4. But to be fair, it's the first weekend I've actually covered a race at Budapest this year. So, hey ho, there we go. There we go. Down towards the first few corners in a few moments for Seaworthen, who's 10.2 seconds clear. That is not a lie. It is 10.2. Wait, let's see this lap. Hold on. Wait for it. 10.4. What is Seaworthen doing with this car? He is driving it to a level which even Freddie Slater couldn't achieve that level of dominance. Does Ninovic go for it? Oh, they're all driving carefully. Not if you're Lucas Flusha. Oh, he didn't go for it. Thought he was committed there. Oh, what a day! What a day! I never thought F1. F1, I'd be like, oh, we've actually been given a good race. GB3, it's where, oh, come on, guys, make an overtake, someone overtake. But it's just the Budapest circuit not working as well as we would have hoped with these cars. Ninovic has got a chance. What about this lap into turn 4? He's on the outside line, but the position was always going to go out of his grasp there. And Al Zahari maintains it. Further back, Flusha was going wheel to wheel with Noah Lyle. Did Flusha get there? Incredible. It's 10.7 seconds out front. What in GB3 is this? It's a reverse grid race, can I just add as well? It's not just you qualify on pole and you dominate. What a phenomenal race. Just taking a look if I've got any GB3 updates to give you. Any news, because at the same time we don't always get to be on air as much on GB3. So it's important if there is any news that I bring it to you immediately where I can. To turn 4 we go. Oh, this is tight. Al Zahari defending for his life. What a thriller we have been treated to. Through the middle sector we go. Thriller across the board, I'd say. There's been some decent overtakes, but not overall, let's just say. It's like specific. It's not been a bad event, but is it one that I'll always remember? Is it one I'll look back to at the end of the year? No, it's not. See, Riverton's across the line. What's the gap this time around? Actually, let's play a game. Next lap around, I'm going to start counting. Let's see if I can get the second right. I won't get the 10th right, but let's see if I can get the second right. We'll play a bit of a game when you go around next time, if they actually let us. Oh, well, actually, it'll still come on. Unless they go to a replay at the time, we'll be fine. So I'll start counting, and then we'll see how good my counting is, everybody. Might be the way, because now I'm eagerly looking forward to the end of this lap. Right, black and white flag for Fairclough. Black and white flag for Sherwood. Yeah. Car 3 and 11 are under investigation. That's Lyle and Flusha for turn 1. And that's it. That's it. Just catching up on everything. The gap is 12.5, everybody, by the way. 12.5 seconds. He brings it to the last few corners. Don't worry, we've still got time. But let's play the game. Here we go. So I'm aiming for. I'm basically aiming to get the correct second, just to see how good my just to see how my counting is. Okay. We're not looking at him on the camera, so I have to look at the thing. Wait for it. Wait for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It is 13. It's 13.5. Okay, so I would say I'd give myself the point, but at the same time I'd say that wasn't half a second. It's 13.5 the gap, but at the same time I would argue that it wasn't timed perfectly. I can't fully just say that I timed that perfectly. I did say I needed to get the second right, and I did get the second right, but it felt like I said 13 when it probably would have been 13.2 maybe, not 5. If you get what I'm trying to say. But no, I got the point. So I got the point. I got it correct. I got it correct, everybody. No one can argue against that. Al Zahari, side by side with Ninovic. Here we go. We wanted a bit of racing, and Ninovic gets forced wide, and Al Zahari maintains the position. But this will mean that Ninovic will be getting impatient, and it means we're going to get it more eager, Alex Ninovic, by the time we go by next time out. Now the gap is 13.8. I've had enough of counting, everybody. That's enough counting for a day. We'll count again next time out. We'll count maybe next race. Well, I hope I'm not having to play these stupid games next race, to be fair. Jack Sherwood's got a penalty, by the way. Yeah, it's probably a good idea if I don't actually have to play these games next week. Not next week, next time. Would be ideal. What a weird race it's been. Not a safety car, but it's been slow as well. Because even without the safety car, we're only going into the penultimate lap now, and we still have 2 minutes and 34 seconds. So it's clearly been a slow one as well. Has this GB3 race. We'll be off straight, by the way, after the checkered flag. Can Ninovic get past Al Zahari? Let's find out. Turn number 1's coming up. Does Ninovic send it? No. No, he's not feeling brave enough to go for the move there. Now we cut to a replay. What happened here? We were side by side between Lyle, and that's the contact that was made with Lucas Flusha. I'd assume that's the one that's under investigation. Oh, Ninovic has got a chance once again on Al Zahari. Can he do something special? I think you're going to get some very impatient people at that part of the circuit in a few moments. I'm getting impatient. I want to see an overtake. It's 14.8 seconds, by the way. This is ridiculous by GB3 standards. This is mighty. This is... I don't know. I'm doing a David cooldown from yesterday to Max Verstappen's pole, and literally my voice has started hurting because I did that. But no, I literally don't know. I don't know. It's like, how? 15.2, what is he doing? Is that car legal? Argenti with Prima, my word. But I'm not saying that it's illegal, I'm just making a joke. Just to clarify, On to the last lap, let's see how much you can get. I want to know what's the most dominant margin in GB3. 15.3. Let's check. Won't say. But this is unbelievable stuff. It is the last lap of the GB3 race, and Riza Siwarathan is pushing on to an elite level. 15.3, 15.7. What on earth is he doing? How on earth is he pushing so much faster than the entire field? That is tenths every single sector. It's like he's got a different car. It's unbelievable the pace that he's being able to demonstrate. We are arriving to the last few corners on the last lap, and this has to be one of the most dominant performances. Look at the margin. It's 15.7 seconds. Every single sector, it's been tenths and tenths and tenths that he's been gaining. Now it's 16.3. He's pushed on so hard. One of the greatest performances you will ever see in GB3 is complete. Riza Siwarathan comes across the line to win. What a dominant drive to win by over 16 seconds. And Kai Anani is in second place as he comes out of the last turn. And we have to wait an age, but he finally gets there. Schwarzer is in third. Jacques in fourth. Fairclough in fifth. Hoyntsenroder is in sixth. It was 16.5 seconds across the line between first and second. How did he do that? Brilliant. Well, I just stabbed myself. Brilliant. Well, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. That's our final classification. We thank everyone for joining this 16 car grid. Wouldn't say it's one that will go down in the history books of GB3, I think that's fair to say. But it is still going to be one that our 3 different winners from this weekend will remember. But for now, on GB3, we say thank you very much, and we'll see you when GB3 returns in 2025.